All right, in this chapter, we're going to talk about how you can attach a parts or service invoice to a major unit deal so it can all be one lump sum, whether it be to pay with one method of payment or whether you need it in your financing or your lending. The good part about attaching parts and service invoices to a deal versus doing the internal billing is that will let you post a deal with work in progress, parts are in order, or repair orders created where you're waiting on parts to install and finish the service. That's the upside with internal service billing. That won't happen. If you do a charge to MU and installed, non-installed, and you go to post a major unit deal, it's going to tell you can't because work's in progress. The reason it's considered work in progress is because you build it to the unit. So we think the cost of the unit is still in flux, and we won't let you post a deal to the work being completed so that it can finalize the cost of the unit. When you're attaching parts and service invoices, you're simply attaching it. It doesn't impact the cost of the unit. It's just attaching it for payment's sake. So let's take a look at how to do that. I can open a new MU quote. I can go in, I can find my customer here, put in our customer, we'll go in and we'll find a unit. Let's go find one way down on our list. We'll find the E-Z-GO, we'll add that one in here. All right, so I've added a unit to my quote. And then the customer says, hey, how much would it cost to have you install something? So I can come over here and I can go to service invoices. I can create a work estimate or a quote, or excuse me, an RO. I'll click an RO in this case. And what it does is it automatically creates an on hold invoice. Um, Now, if you don't have the right permissions as a salesperson to have access to service invoicing, you won't see this go to invoice button here. You would have to contact the service department, let them know you created an on hold invoice and that they could update the information, save it, let you know when it's done, and then you could open it here and eventually see the details. Or you do have the permissions. Either way, somebody is going to need to open up the invoice and add information to it. So if I go to the invoice here, I can add in a job. We're going to install some type of part for a dealer, and they want to include it in their financing. Let's see if we have a battery in stock. No, we don't. So that's good. We can special order a battery just so we can actually prove that you can post a deal with open requested invoices. So I'll go ahead and hit save here. I'll go ahead and push this invoice over so that way it's now in my ordering screen. I'm not going to be able to do this work for another week. The part needs to get here, but I'm definitely going to finish the deal today and I'd like to post the deal today. So here I've just requested service, added some parts to that service, and I've saved it. Now when I go back to my invoice and I go up to my menu, I'll now see once it updates and refreshes and gets saved, when I use this menu drop down, I'll now see that I have a service invoice attached. And if it's green, it means there's no part of it that's either a work estimate or parts invoices that are on hold. Right now, if I wanted to take payment, complete this deal, and post this deal, I could. On the other side, with both parts and service invoices, in this case, I'm going to create a parts invoice by just doing the option like we talked about before, but I'm just going to put it on hold. I'm not going to do anything. I haven't let my parts department know yet. And if I come up here, you'll notice that is red because it's only on hold. It hasn't been processed yet. And in this case, we will not let you post the deal because we just need to say, hey, like you've probably taken the payment for this on hold invoice. You added it in to the lump sum, but you haven't really processed it yet. So it wouldn't let you post. To post this invoice, somebody, the parts department, somebody with the correct permissions would need to go to the on hold invoice, which we'll do here. We can go in and we can add in a part. Let's add in the special order part again, just to prove that we can do it. We don't take a payment because it's part of the deal. We'll take the payment over there. All I got to do is hit complete sale. Once I hit cancel, I'm going to go back into my deal and we'll now see that my part invoice text is turned green, meaning I can post and complete this deal. Now we both saw I haven't even placed the order for those parts related to the service or invoice. They're still sitting in the ordering screen. All that work is in progress. So let's just show you why that's a good process in terms of completing and posting deals. You can see I can take a payment. I can convert this to a deal. I can go ahead and hit complete sale and I can go ahead and post this deal. Again, I have open invoices, but that's not a problem. If I had used an internal sales method as installed or non-installed and gone in and build it to the unit when I went to post the unit right now with the same items, it would have told me, no, you can't post until this work is complete. So that's why it's really important to understand the difference between attaching an invoice to a sales deal and billing an invoice to a unit that will be added to a sales deal. That's something I know can kind of trip up dealers. And the good part about this is your salespeople can see accurate reporting. You can get accurate reporting. And then later, when your customers come in for service or to pick up their parts, they don't have to go in and find the salesperson or ask information related to the sales deal. You can come in here and you'll see right here that those items are waiting for the customer. Same thing on the service list. If I go over to my service sales list, I can find my customer related to that sales deal right here. And now I can't change anything once I've posted the deal with this invoice, but I can finish the work that's here. So hopefully this helps you understand the difference between billing invoices to a unit or attaching invoices to a deal, and it'll help you when it comes time to posting deals with work in progress.